And we are rolling. All right, guys, Kevin here. We got Merle, AJ's in the back. Ooh, and today we are talking about paranormal chasers.
Ready, set, go!
So come inside, let's see what madness we can find. All right, hey, AJ, won't you kick us off since you were one of the founder guys that when I created the Paranormal Chasers, actually back then was Vampires Dalton Knights. Let's start with that.
Yeah. And and we had the comic for sale at the Fantasy Factory. And that's kind of an effort we do to any local creator,
Yep.
those are usually low sellers, but there was a little dedicated following to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I actually had some I would call minor success. I had some people in Canada buying. I had actually people out of California buying. So I think I sold more out of California than I did in Dalton.
Right.
Go figure that. It's just, if you want to sell something, go out of your own hometown.
Right.
But yeah, so anyway, when I first created this idea, Mark Hanna was the one who actually told me the idea about taking it down to the local comic book store. And he said, you need to get it put in the store. And that's how I met AJ. This was back in, I guess the summer of 2004, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably 04.
Yeah. And then I ended up getting them published and put in your store by, I think it's spring of 2005. So yeah, it was, that's how we ramped up, and we ended up doing, if I'm not mistaken, 9 issues, wasn't it, AJ?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we got up to 9, and I hear tell you, it's a lot of hard work, And then I did get with a few friends, and we did a few little trailers and stuff, and kind of a lot of up and down, trying to become an independent filmmaker. And then boom, I met Merle. Merle, the first time we met, wasn't that, if I'm not mistaken, around 2010? I think it's the first time we met up there at David's place.
Oh yeah, it's somewhere. Yeah, 2010.
Yeah, we were doing I was doing a little short at a graveyard. David, his wife Polly, she her old house that she still owned was right across the street from a graveyard. So we ended up filming over there, and David knew Merle from way back, and that's how we got put on together. And then we didn't see each other there for a few years, and then in 2013 I run into Merle again, and boom, Merle's just all excited. He said, "Man, we got film. I got computers. I got cameras. I teach you how to do it." And boom, by January 2014, we came out with our first full-length feature film. And man, it's just been a crazy ride.
Oh yeah.
Since then, Merle, what's your input on all that?
Well, I'd previously worked in some of the movie industry, in which I got to work with Jeff Burr.
Jeff Burr, yep. Mark Hanna.
And Mark Hanna. And and then I went from there. I got these guys in Atlanta down there, and I got to work with Paramount for a minute. But then I come back, and that's when I was really into it,
Right. You done got fired up about it by that point.
Mm-hmm. And but yeah, but you introduced me to Paranormal Chasers, and I thought, man, that'd be a good something to get into right now, because everything paranormal was going on at that time.
Yeah, that's the Ghost Hunters was big.
Mm-hmm.
That actually kicked up the year after I came out with my comic book and stuff. So it's like perfect timing when all that kind of came about. And then and on the film side of it, what really I think was the big hit, we did the first two films short. They only like an hour and 3 minutes apiece. And then when we done the movie 3 and 4, we did it at the same time. We got the guy Santiago Cirillo from The Walking Dead. Just so happened today at 4:28 gave me a call out of the blue, and it's like, Kevin, when can I come back down and be Dread Drake again? So he's just like, man, Kevin, he said, just come up with an idea, tell me when, and I will be there. So I thought, well, I said, dude, I said, how funny is it? I said, tonight's the night where me, AJ, and Meril get together, and the night subject is Paranormal Chasers, and look who calls out of the blue, Dread Drake. So it's funny how, and during the whole entire thing with Paranormal Chasers, we've had a lot of weird things happening. The character that my wife plays, Lucy Hill, which was a name that I completely made up out of the blue. The movie Lucy was out, and where my studio was at, it was in the corner of, I think they call that Moore Street and Hill Street. And I thought, okay, Lucy Hill. That's what, and the ghost would be there, and that's how I gave her her last name. And that's all the thought I put into it. I mean, 3 minutes tops. I thought that'll work. And boom, months later, me and Penny are doing research in Chatsworth on the Moravian monks and their role that they was going to play in the real story that's connected with Chief Van. And me and Penny's going on this little back road about the Moravian monks. And lo and behold, on a damn street sign, Lucy Hill Road. And we're both looking at each other like, what the hell? And so next thing you know, we're researching Lucy Hill, and just so happens she dies in the early 1900s of a mysterious death. And then her father starts the Chatsworth Educational System program in honor of her name. That's where that started. All the schools in that area was the first school was the Lucy Hill School. And we got to go and walk on the property. The school was right there on that little road that she was named after her. So I mean,
how paranormal was that?
Yeah, exactly. So me and Penny's like, I guess we need to tell her story. So we researched her, got all the facts, but anywhere there was a gap, that's where I threw the paranormal story into, and it worked great. And we did that flashback with her at the Prater's Mill old general store and stuff like that. So, and then we just had a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of crazy things like that happen, and which that just makes it that much more fun and memorable. I'll never forget that story, because I mean, how often do you hear a story like that? I mean, it's crazy. Well, AJ, we've been talking about how we're getting ready to, the big announcement on Paranormal Chasers are we're going to be creating some more shorts. We got 4 shorts on there right now. We're going to be creating some more, and we're going to do this for the time being until we come up with a little bit bigger project. Just that way we can pop out more information. And AJ, tell them a little bit more about some of the more of the drama, intense stories that we're thinking about trying to get into.
Well, we had filmed some stuff that we've got some aliens coming.
You got aliens coming, that's right, and we're still fleshing out our characters' backgrounds. We still got, I think we got a lot of room to grow on that. And even though we've been telling this story now, gosh, more than 20 years now, but every time we start this, we usually end up with 1, 2, or 3 new actors, and AJ, I think that really keeps adding to the dynamic of the story, getting fresh people constantly coming in.
Well, that's something that's amazing, is the cast of people we have interacted with, and some of them, I think we don't even know where they are now.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 that are just I've not talked to them in more than 7 years.
Yeah, but it's just amazing the number of people that have just kind of come through and been involved in the project, and then kind of
faded away. But but at the same time, they wasn't there long, but they're very memorable.
Right.
You know, and the guy that played the character Johan,
Right.
Nick Bartolucci, if I'm not mistaken. I remember the first time we filmed him, I thought Merle was going to pee in his pants laughing so hard because the guy was just so comical to film. He played that out of place, out of time character so well.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, AJ, did he not come from like the theater, the stage theater?
I'm certain he did, and you know, I didn't know his last name was Bartolomucci.
Yes.
Is he Kevin's son?
I think so, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken. He
You
was
know,
related to somebody around here with
Yeah.
that same.
well, you know,
I mean, I don't think there's too many Bartolucci's around.
no, that's you know, I used to play poker with his grandfather,
Okay.
but yeah, they lived up in Tunnel Hill, and Kevin has been involved in acting and more improv comedy
Right.
than anything, but you know, so that there is kind of a family thing there too.
Right. Yeah. And two, that's some of the acting we got going on. But Merle has been hooking us up with more. Keep me abreast on the new AI features that we can use to try to bring to everything.
Yeah, we're
Showing us, she's brought a new gimbal to my house today to try out and try to get familiar. Because one of the things we were doing for story is we are bringing in a gimbal, and we're going to be kind of like in the Blair Witch style of filming where the camera is part of the story. It's not, you know, we're not doing the over polish. It's going to have that really rough, raw. You're going to feel like you're there too. And that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that aspect is just going to up the drama level. And Merle tell a little bit more behind the scene on this, the AI and stuff.
well, really, AI's come to a point where anything can be done.
Right.
You know, and certain programs, you know, that you can achieve or get now, but anything that you can imagine or anything that you can, you know, alien creatures of the night, whatever, you know.
It definitely is going to help us out for saving time and saving money.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, me and Merle, if we had enough time and enough money, we can build any damn thing.
Oh yeah.
It's not that we can't build it. It's just finding the time, money, and space to occupy. That's how.
Yeah.
We did. Merle, you remember the big 18-foot tall totem pole we built?
Yeah.
Even though my building that the studio was in, I think it was 15-foot ceiling.
Yeah.
We still had to build this thing in 3 different sections because I said, well, that way we can travel it, because we didn't want to be dragging, didn't have to get a special trailer. So I think we broke it in 3 different pieces. So that made it where it fit in the back of a pickup truck. But still, it's locked back together. And we had a mechanical trap doors in it and everything, and it was just crazy. But it looked great. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
And the 7-foot tall mummy we built.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
Unfortunately, we set it on fire.
like
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, we don't. I hate that we don't have the headquarters anymore. But having the home base at the Fantasy Factory has really been. It's the next best. It's the second home of the whole entire story. Because even back when I did the comic books, AJ would tell you right off the bat, I included AJ, Big Daddy Alex, his son, and anybody at work there. I threw them into the storyline and everything, and I drew the characters, and Big Daddy Alex came back in a movie 4, if I'm not mistaken, did a cameo on his character that I created, which he played himself in the comics, and it really, maybe we can get him to come back for a little cameo one night.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
He looks a lot different.
Yeah, he don't have the long black hair anymore, but he's still in great shape. So we might have to have him throw Jonathan across the room or something. I can still take a bump or two. Well, I still got it in me. I'll let him do it and everything. But guys, Paranormal Chasers is like I said, it's every time I think it's dead, next thing I know, it comes back to life. Every time I try to throw it away, it keeps. I don't know. It's like one of them paddle ball things, and no matter how hard I hit it, it keeps coming back. And it comes back a little different. And that's one thing I've loved about it is it always comes back just a little bit different, but yet, AJ, I mean, this last movie we filmed, and we're almost done finishing up, even though we had so many, we even had a lot of kids in this movie.
Yeah.
And then two, we had a whole lot of kids, and even my character played very little in front of the camera.
Right.
Even though I go back and watch it. AJ, does it not still feel like Paranormal Chasers?
Oh,
though?
yeah, it still is.
I mean, it's just, it did not change the dynamic whatsoever.
Right.
And I wish I could put my finger down on why that, because honestly, I was afraid if I didn't get in front of the camera enough to help tell the story, that it might change the story. And I didn't want the story to change, because we always had this certain vibe about any story we told.
Yeah, there's a certain feel, and, you know, there was a decent amount of filming in the store.
Yes.
And basically Matt and I being in there,
Yes.
you know, kept it there, but, you know, the kids were a great addition to it.
Yeah. Very something different. It
Yeah.
gave a whole different dynamic on what we could do. Now, I will say this, it made it a hell of a lot harder to film. Filming
Right.
with preteen kids, woo!
Yeah.
It is not easy. And most of them were my grandkids. That when you have enough kids and grandkids, you get free labor. I'll just go ahead. If you're a filmmaker,
Yeah.
have you a bunch of kids. By the time they have grandkids, boom, you're set. You'll save a whole lot of money versus hiring people.
Yeah.
But you do you have to invest in some aspirin because you're going to need it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree with you, AJ. Filming at the store, you know, and still we put Meril in front of the camera even more, playing
Yeah.
Dr. Howard. So
Oh yeah.
and two, so it gave me a chance to step back and look at it and see where everybody needed to shine, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. And I enjoyed it. I didn't miss it. Whatever. I got a little cameo in there, and it was just enough at the right time. But yet, like I said, with having all these new characters, I really felt like I needed to take a step back to serve the story better, is really what I
Right.
did. But I will be back. And I will be
Yes.
ruthless and even more snarky than you ever thought I was ever be. So, but no, guys, we're pulling in here. Guys, that's our big Paranormal Chasers update. We are still alive. Any closing comments, Merle?
I can't wait, man.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going
Yeah.
to be really, really fun. And
Yeah.
it's like never ending story.
Yeah. We'll be, this is going to be the funny part, guys. In 20 more years, if this lasts 20 more
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
Merle's going to be 80s.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be in my set. And
Oh, I'll
me
be
and
in my
AJ.
80s. Yeah.
Yeah, AJ and we're still going to be recruiting, and I'll have great grandkids. And we're
Yeah.
still going to be solving some kind of crazy mystery. Any closing thing, AJ?
No, I'm just looking forward to it. And this is great. This is the first day I've gotten home, and the sun is still shining.
Yeah, it's not pitch black when we pull
Yeah.
up here. And I'm very thankful for that we're here, and I'm very hungry. So,
Yes, I'm.
adios,
hungry too.
everybody. We're going to go eat.